Bitcoin is literally about to explode and nobody is ready for it. Now, the price continues to look pretty dang strong as we are making higher highs and higher lows within this ascending channel. And a huge shout out to the Casper crew because we were able to long all these major pivots right here, setups given in advance in the Casper crew VIP Discord. And currently right now, we are long from this last idea that I gave last week. Now, last week I was looking for the Bitcoin price to take that high and then get a larger move to the downside. And here's something we need to keep in mind. As the Bitcoin price continues to consolidate in this ascending channel, the price can go from this to this very, very quickly. So today I'm going to be going over exactly how I am managing my trades and the next trades I am looking for. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications because we are bringing you the juiciest and the most timely Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. There are two levels on this chart that will dictate the way I trade Bitcoin for the rest of the week. First of all, we understand that as we are trading within this ascending channel, we are printing on the chart a bearish divergence. The money flow and the momentum waves on market Cipher B on the 4-hour time frame are both getting lower. Now, this is known medically as the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern, where we can clearly see as the price is getting higher, Sam Bankman-Fried's man boobs are getting lower and the money flow is also getting lower. Now, the last few times we printed this pattern during the last year of uptrend, it has led to a 20% move to the downside. For example, right up here, we printed the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern, 24% move to the downside. The time before that, we printed the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern and we got a 20% move to the downside. The time before that, we printed the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern and we ended up with a 21% move to the downside. So what is about to happen right here? Well, in my opinion, the fact that we are printing these bearish divergences means a pullback is coming quite soon. However, to avoid just randomly shorting, we need to think to ourselves, are we going to get one more big push up before we get a pullback? Now, here's what we need to understand. A pullback is 100% going to come. The price does not go up forever. When we look at the daily time frame, we can see that for the past year, every single time we get a large move to the upside, we get a nice pullback, and every single time the Sam Bankman upside down bearish man move pattern has been the signal. Okay, so we can't expect price to go up forever. In addition to that, we have broken out of a major support resistance flip right around that $30,500-ish area, and we need to come back down for a retest. All right, the probabilities say we're eventually going to come down for a retest before we make another higher high. Look at the history here, right? We had a very clear support resistance flip put in at around $21,000. When we broke that level, we came back down for the retest. When we put in a very clear support resistance flip at $25,000. All right, support, resistance, resistance. We broke out, we put in the retest before another move to the upside. Now, once again, we have a very clear support resistance flip around 30,500. Bearish Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern. We expect a retest before, boom, another move to the upside. So please don't fall into the trap of thinking price can only go up. Now, when we take a look at these lower time frames right here, we're seeing something very, very significant, which is the fact that the price is holding key support right now, okay? This is the fair value zone for the price of Bitcoin. The upper extremity of the fair value is around 37,000. The lower extremity of the fair value is around $33,900. Historically speaking here, when the price comes up into the overbought zone above this upper blue line, we expect a little bit of a move to the downside. However, every time we've been doing that, the move down has not been very intense. Okay, we've been making higher lows this entire time. What does that tell us? Well, it tells us two things. It means right now there's no sign of weakness here, just based on the candles that price is going to get a move to the downside. But number two, it tells us that people are building their stop losses underneath these pivot lows. So that also means if the price does start to come down here, we could get a very, very, very fast move down because the market is moved by the buys and sells in the order book. So when a long trade gets stopped out, it's a sell order. That pushes the price down further. So we're building liquidity to the downside, basically over leveraged longs that need to get wrecked for this to be a continued healthy move to the upside. But at the same time, we are holding key support. the Bitcoin price is reluctant to trade back down below into what has been considered fair value, showing that potentially the market wants to push the price higher. Thankfully, there are two key levels that we can use to determine the future of this price action for the rest of the week. First of all, we have $38,000. $38,000 historically has been the high of this range. And we can see here locally, we've done something quite significant, which is after this first rejection, we have put in a lower low from the last higher low in the uptrend. This is tipping us off that potentially more downside could basically come in here. And if we go ahead and pull the Fibonacci from the high to the low, we can see that we've got our golden pocket and 786 zone right around 38K. So if we come up to 38K and we see bearish divergences, that means it's probable we can get a move back into the fair value zone. So potentially we could look for a short trade from this area if we see the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man move pattern on some of these time frames, right? I'm talking the lower time frames, the 12-minute, stuff like that. If the price starts to get higher into that $38,000 region, and we're starting to see the 12-minute market cipher B get lower like this, right? That is going to tip us off that we are, in fact, going to top out here and likely get a move to the downside. All right, now, contrarily to that, because we have found support on the, well, I would consider this white line at 36.9, this is the value area high of the range. Because we have found support there, as long as we are not losing that level, we can say higher prices are likely. And if we pull the fib from the low to the high, once again, we see that the Fibonacci, golden pocket, and the 786 are both lining up perfectly with that value area high of the range, which means if the price gets another little move to the downside, we can be looking around these lows, potentially get a bounce back up to these higher prices, right? So basically we have two very key levels. And if we see bullish divergences down at this area or bearish divergences up at this area, it can tell us that we potentially have a trade on our hands. And the good thing about these trades is that because, let's say, the Bitcoin price is going to get a bigger move to the downside, we can now get a really good entry on a short trade. Or if the Bitcoin price is now going to break out and make another high, which is very likely, we now have a really good long entry. And by the way, guys, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, I highly recommend you check out my go-to exchange, MEXC, the best deal on fees, 0% major order fees, 0.02% taker order fees. We are also having great deals for Black Friday at jasoncaspertrading.com. If you want to join the Casper True VIP Discord, we currently do have a Black Friday coupon. For the first month, you can get half off if you use the coupon code VIP Black Friday in the pinned comment. Also, we have 50% off all trading courses, including the Intro to Crypto Trading Program, the Scalp mini course, which I used to make $30,000 in about a month, walking you through exactly how I do that. It's a great course. Links and coupon codes are in the pinned comment and description of the video if you're interested. Now, as far as bigger levels to the upside and to the downside, if the price is going to make another higher high, we do have that $39,000 level high volume node from this range we put in at the beginning of the bear market. And of course, if we are going to see those SBF man move patterns play out, the juicy swing long level for me is going to be right around the mid 30,000s, where I would expect the price to then make another higher high. All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. May God bless everybody. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah, even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace!